Randy. We are here on August 11th. We're at UCLA. They're filming a movie. Anybody know what they're filming? Big stars here on campus, and we're also blasé. We don't care. And Randy's about to share with us his experiment on respect.
Hello, my name is
Randy, take a half step forward. You're almost to the wall, like you're afraid of the audience. That's better. Okay, good.
So, hello, my name is Randy.
Hi, Randy.
And I'll be presenting my speech about respect. Specifically, my adventure on how I non-verbally communicate towards people. So, before I was communicating, I was thinking about how to approach this. Because honestly, like everyone else, I never thought about how to respect. I just thought it was common to smile at people and do all that stuff. But yeah, when I was at work doing my 9-hour shift, for the hour, I was thinking about how to do this and what respect meant to me. But I didn't really find the definition of respect. And I was like, I'll just worry about that later. Rather, I decided to think about how to approach the problem. And I have 3 ways to approach this problem. I was thinking about using body language, and how I would approach the person, as well as the actions I would do towards the person. And really approach, as in everyone else was saying, I will respect you, saying that 3 times before I talk to the person. And throughout my adventure, my stories of a good story, a bad story, and a very ugly story, I received positive outcomes such as compromising with my roommate, or really bad negatives such as being completely ignored by others. So my good story is unfortunately really good, and I liked it. So it started when I woke up, because my roommate, he always sets this annoying alarm. It was like a nuke bomb at 6 a.m. And that's not that bad because I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. What's bad was that he sets it to snooze in increments of every 2 minutes for an hour. It just goes beep beep. I end up waking up, and it turns out to be really bad. But usually what I do is just I kind of sneak over and turn off his alarm and just go back to sleep. Well, this time woke up and I calmly thought to myself. I thought I will respect you 3 times in my head. I approached him, and this time I actually decided to wake him up. Wake him up. And it was actually a really good thing, because he woke up. He didn't realize his alarm was on until I woke him up. So he thanked me for waking him up and apologized. And after that, we compromised, and he doesn't set his alarm to snooze anymore. So that's so nice. But yeah, and then unfortunately, not a really good event was when I was walking towards class. I was like, oh hey, I should try respecting people. So I So I would wave to people and smile and say hi and all that stuff. Some people would be like, oh hey, and start a conversation. Other people would just be ignore me, or side dash and just be on their phones. So it's good and bad. Some negatives after people ignored you. But it's also really good because people actually talk to you, go all the way to respect you as well. It's very rewarding. And that's what I felt in as well. And then my very bad, I wouldn't call it really bad, just really awkward in my opinion. Because when I was walking towards work and I opened this door, I realized someone was trailing behind me. I was like, oh, I'm going to open this door for this person and say hi to him, So I opened the door and I started I'm waving and saying hi, trying to start a conversation. But instead of walking through my door, he walked to the door next to me. It's a whole thing right here. So he looked at me really quickly and he just walked towards the door right next to me. I was like, oh okay. I was really awkward because I was waving the wave position. So I was just turned around, kind of scratched my head, and then walked my way towards work. So yeah, so those are my stories, my good, bad, and really bad. But with those 3 stories, I learned 2 really valuable lessons. The first lesson I learned was from my roommate. I learned that respect is treating others the way you want to be treated. Because throughout the whole, I was kind of ignoring him, turning off his alarm. But after treating him really well and waking him up and talking about it, I actually learned about respect. I also learned that from my other 2 stories that respect is optional. It's not really given. You shouldn't expect respect, but you should still give it anyways, because the reward is really rewarding when you see someone smile to you, or when you're walking to class, or when you open the door and hopefully they go through. But yeah, throughout that whole experience, I learned those 2, and I feel like my experience was very valuable today.
Thank you. 418. We're here, where are we? We done all here, okay. Yeah.
I really like your speech.
Name?
Hi, everyone. My name is Vicky.
Hi, Judy.
So I like your speech in the way that you are presenting yourself very clearly, and your stories are very interesting. And it's not the way like you did it on purpose; it just naturally flows that way. So I was very engaged into like your stories and also your in the conclusion. So you deliver the message successfully.
Okay, good. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
I really loved your speech, and you really made me laugh. So, thinking about improvement, I think maybe you should speak a little bit slower when you give us that funny story. So, give us some time to laugh. Thank you.
Let the laugh die down. Well, okay. You struggled a little with the exercise, and you decided that smiling and waving was going to be your mode of communicating respect, as well, I hope, as repeating the mantra.
That helped a lot.
I respect myself. I respect you. I respect myself. I respect others. I think that if you do it excessively or smile too much or stare too long, people will think you're stalking them, and it won't be effective. See, so you want to watch that and be careful. Love the roommate story with the alarm, and it had a positive ending, and it was clearly sort of disrespectful to wake up the whole household and let the snooze go on for an hour. So it's just a matter of talking these things out and working them out. And being ignored is just pretty much the trick around here, because people pretty much earbud and telephone up the minute they leave here. On the door, the person saw you coming and chose another door. That was hilarious. Really kind of funny. Sad in another way too. But your heart was in the right place in trying to be respectful, so that was good. And you did try to have some observations on what you learned, and the golden rule, of course, is always something to be followed and thought about. So that was good. And you did a good job. Just work on clarity and your walking and your diction a little bit, and you'll be in good shape. Thank you. Okay, volunteer, yeah. Great.
Hey, I'm Jared.
Hi, Jared. Yeah.
Okay. So nonverbal respect is something that I usually never do. I go to a lot of fast food restaurants, and whenever I give my order, I'm usually either looking at the menu when I'm giving my order. I'm crossing my arms usually, or I'm talking to a friend if I have them around, and sometimes I even forget to say thank you. So it's not something I really do very often. Sometimes I kind of forget that I'm talking to a human being sometimes, and it's more kind of like a robot. It's kind of like automated, sort of. So for a span of 48 hours, I decided I'm going to give nonverbal respect to everyone that I come across. My experiences, I had a good one, a bad one, and an ugly one. My good one occurred after class. I went home, I had to go for an hour of traffic, and I got home, I was really tired and groggy. So I just want to go lay down. I walk into my house, and someone's home, and I hear the most dreadful words, "How was your day?" Now, normally, I would just say, it was fine, and then just go lay down, but I remembered, I respect you. It was my mom, by the way. So I went down, I sat next to my mom, and I told her about my day. I was like, oh yeah, I went to communications class, we saw Steve Jobs' speech, Professor Miller's a pretty cool guy. And then I did something that I never do. I asked my mom how her day was, and she was she was like, oh yeah, it was a good day, I had a few arguments, but it was fine. And it was good because I could tell I made my mom really happy that day, because I usually never do that. And later that night, I feel like the pork chop was extra good that night. Anyway, my bad story occurred the next day. It was lunchtime, so I was getting hungry, so I go to this place called Everest Burgers, right? So I walk in and I see the cashier. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I respect you. So I go in, I say hello. He's like, I can take your order. I say, yeah, I'll get this. And then I ask him, hey, how was your day? And he was like, oh, yeah, it's going okay. It's not too busy. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it was just kind of silence after that for a while. I was hoping he'd ask me how my day was, but he didn't really do that. So, we finish. I get the receipt, and I say, hey, thank you so much. And he's all like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Overall, it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't as good as a reaction as my mom was, because I could tell him every day, but he was just kind of more neutral about it. I was hoping it'd be a little better. Anyway, my ugly story occurred later that night. It was around 9:40, and I'm hungry again, so I'm going to go get more fast food. So this time, I go to Hamburger Habit, and it's near closing time. And I go up to so I think to myself, okay, I respect you. I go up to the cashier, and right off the bat, I ask her, hey, how was your day? First she asks, say, may I take your order? Then I say, hey, how was your day going? And she just looks at me again, and she's like, sir, can I take your order, please? And I'm like, oh, okay. So, I give her my order, and we do the usual thing. And then I get my receipt, I say, thank you so much, and she didn't respond. So what did I learn from this experience? I learned that it's kind of hard to give respect when you're feeling really groggy and tired, like I was with my mom. Like normally I'd never do it, but unless it was this assignment. And for that girl at the Hamburger Habit, she was probably feeling groggy and tired too, because it was the end of the day, and she might have had a bad day and just wanted to go home. So I think you'll get different results depending on their mood. I also think, in my experience, I got better results with a close family member than I did with random strangers. So in my experience, I got better results that way. Overall, I think I will try to give more nonverbal respect from now on, because it's a good thing to do, because we're humans and not robots. So we should do it more. And I heard that with an increase in the minimum wage going to $15, some fast food restaurants are actually going to replace the cashiers with robots or self-serving kiosks. So I think we should learn to enjoy it while we can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. It's going to have one of those unintended results of good intentions, A lot more people will be out of work. Where are we? Here, yes, please.
Hi, I'm Caroline.
Hi,
I
Carolyn.
really liked your speech. You have a really nice present, and you were really funny. And I liked how you stated all of the good.
Okay.
Thank you, Caroline. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Alvis.
Hi, Alvis.
I really like your speech because you are Carol, and I think it would be better if you use some gestures instead of swinging.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would help, and just let them be out there occasionally. So hold on, so much by hand. You'll see that you're doing that tonight. I like the reference to the robots and the tie back to the end, and it was very good. I really loved your story with your mom. That was really an excellent way that having that respectful attitude does result in these really good things and reciprocation between two people like that. It's really good. Yeah, Everest Hamburger, yeah, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, yeah. You go to a lot of hamburger places, huh? So Hamburger Habit didn't work out. The girl wasn't having any of you. And, but, just bad manners, and you're probably right. She was probably dead to the world if it was late in her shift. I liked your overall comments at the end, especially about replacing the minimum wage workers with robots. So all of these well-intentioned policies are going to result in more unemployment and not going to have the results that many people claimed they were going to have. It's just kind of sad. But you did a good job, Jared. Thank you.
What was my final time again?
Your final time? Just a minute, I'll tell you. 4:06. Okay, next. Okay, Dorota stands before you managing attention. Oh, by the way, in the future, don't wear white to class.
I know, bobbing head.
Your bobbing head, yes, thank you. I see your head, yeah, that's good. Okay.
Hi, my name is Dorota.
Hi, Dorota.
So I'm going to tell you about my respect story. Okay. So, Earl Grey macaroon, a birthday cake macaroon, and a glass of rosé. No, that's not yesterday's dinner, but what respect bought me in the past 2 days. So, growing up with or being raised by strict Eastern European parents, attending private school most of my life, respect was kind of beaten or embedded into me. And so, like always having to say hi to my neighbor or keeping my head up, saying thank you so much, the usual signs of respect, were second nature, our second nature. But I never took respect to this extent as I did with this project. So taking respect to the extent that I did in the past 2 days using this project, I had a bad experience, an ugly experience, and a very positive experience. So my bad experience, I wouldn't call it too bad, it was just super awkward, was dealing with the petitioners or the people that flyer. I always put my headphones in or, pretend to call somebody as I'm, walking just to not deal with them. Like, oh, take a moment to support gay rights or, do you care about animals? So I'm always just, pretending to talk to somebody if I'm not already or, like, having my headphones in. But this time I remember, like, these people are humans. I respect them. So I automatically, took my headphones out if I had them in and they kept my head up and naturally, it drew them to me. So of course I had to just politely decline. Oh, do you support gay rights? No, yes I do, but I'm sorry, I can't help you. And it was just an awkward tension, I guess, because obviously they wanted to tell me more. I'm like, sorry, I have to run. So that was the bad experience. The ugly experience that I had was, not ignoring, I guess, a homeless person. So normally I ignore homeless people, don't we all, for the most part? And I remember that. So I was walking down the street and I made eye contact with a homeless person. And instead of, just looking away from them, I remember that I respected. And I think he was a little manic and a little crazy. And he saw me, so he made eye contact, and he was like, what are you looking at? So I looked at him, I'm like, I respect you. And then he started screaming, so that caused a little attention, but I just kept walking. I was like, okay, I'm not going to deal with this. So I just kept walking. And the best part about this experiment was not the cookies or the alcohol that I got, but the fact that I had an experience that essentially bettered me as a human being. So normally, the people that we inherently always respect, like our parents or our significant others, I had an experience with my significant other where I guess he sort of disrespected me. I don't really know. I mean, probably not. I just, I'm a little, I take things the wrong way and like to start fights. So we're about to quarrel, and I remembered, I'm like, oh, I was going to say something rude or do something extreme, whether, verbal or physical. I remembered that I respect this person. So I just looked at him, and I was like, I love you, and I walked away, and to change my paragraph from the macaroons to this paragraph, how I remembered that those that I, inherit, like my parent, like the parent, when you, always respect them, you tend to not show them, you overlook the respect to them, say something mean or don't listen to them or be rude. I remember that, after respect them and, just turn the negative vibes into positive vibes or make their day by respecting them, by, telling yourself that you respect them. Yeah, that's it. All right.
324. Okay, we're somewhere where? Here, yeah.
Hi, I'm Sishan.
Hi, Christian.
I think you're very cute, and your gesture, you're moving around is all doing well, and I think you may keep your arm open. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, improvement.
Hi, Robin. I really like your speech and your stories. You were really happy and you keep smiling and eye contact. But you can, like, when you move around the room, maybe you can not slide.
Yeah, that was a unique walk. I thought you were gonna slide out of the room. Sure. Well,
It was very artistic.
yeah, it was creative. You teased us with the idea of a birthday cake, macaroon, and Earl Grey, and a glass of rosé, as if you got all these things from being respectful.
I go out to eat a lot, I guess, with like my significant other. So yeah, I know people too, like so it's like a common
They
thing. So it's not
comped
really,
you.
yeah,
They
just sparking
comped.
conversation. Like, oh, here you go. That's on us. Thanks.
Well, good. So, then you told us a little of your life's history where this wasn't anything too extraordinary, but you had to make some effort to do the assignment. When you walked on Bruin Walk, and even though you were trying to say I respect you, but still at the same moment decline because you had to get on with your life, that was the challenge of being respectful and yet firmly learning to say no, but still being respectful, which is an art and a good thing to learn to do. On the ugly one, the homeless guy that called you a bitch, and
other things.
and other things, yeah.
Just yelling.
I don't recommend doing this experiment with homeless people. Many of them are not hitting on all 8 cylinders. They should be in mental treatment facilities, and they're not. They're just put on the street, and it's sad. But some are dangerous, and they misinterpret the most innocent of gestures like "I respect you," but you said it verbally instead of just a glance, and that's a mistake. Yeah. So I'd like to see you walk 3 times right now while I get it on tape. So walk and talk.
What do I say?
Tell us about your day.
No, that's okay.
You're not talking, but yeah.
The sun is shining. It's a nice day. I'm glad I got this over with.
Okay, so then back to center. Okay, good. On the significant other argument, if you said you broke the rule by saying "I love you," which is a form of "I respect," unless instead of just saying it, because we're practicing giving off the vibrations of respect, not so much "I love you," "I respect you."
I'm just trying to break the fight off. I know I could have just walked into the room without saying
Yeah.
so
And then I would like to have seen at the end of your whole presentation to Rhoda, just a real loud, "What did I learn?" 3 things, 1, 2, 3, and list them, okay? Thank you. Okay, next. Okay, here we go. Okay. Begin.
Hi everyone, my name is Grace.
Hi, Grace.
We have been asked to show our respect to everyone we met for the last week. We have been asked to show our respect to non-verbally. That's actually what I'm doing. I'm saying I respect all of you. I don't know if you guys have heard it or not. Generally, I think the experiment is quite meaningful. I may have shown my respect to others unintentionally, but I didn't actually pay attention to their reaction until this experiment. And of course, I have received a lot of good feedbacks. There was one guy, after last week's class, I saw he was hanging around in the campus and seemed like he was lost himself. So I went to say hi and ask him where he was going to. Actually, he was at first he looked at me as I'm a wild man and he don't know what I'm saying. So I explained to him that I'm glad to offer him help. So he told me the place he was looking for. Actually, I don't know the exact location, but as I want to show him my respect, so I googled on the map and tried to find the place along with him. So we have walked together for about 10 minutes and we had a great conversation. he shared a lot of details of his trip with me, and we had a lot of fun. That's my good story. And of course, there are quite a number of people just ignore me during the experiment. Maybe they are too busy handling other stuff that they didn't notice that I had paid them my respect. My best experiment happened in the elevator. When it goes down to the ground door, I try to hold the open button to wait for the others to go out first. But for a few seconds, there was no one moving. I turned around and found almost everyone was playing with their phone. Didn't even notice the elevator was at the ground door. Then they just walk out of the elevator and don't even raise their hands and just ignore me. I felt quite hurt. My second story, the ugly one, happened at the dining hall. When I was waiting in a line, a woman standing behind me started some small chat with me, asked me how I feel about the dishes there, and where did I get some dishes. The conversation was quite nice, and then he asked me to join her with the dinner. I came to the dining hall alone, but the lady was with her friends. So after we sitting down beside the table, I made a small introduction of myself. I smiling at them, looking at them in the eyes, saying I respect you non-verbally while saying nice to meet you a lot. They smiled me back. Things was quite nice, but a few minutes later they began to talk with their native language. I think they were unintentionally, that they didn't even notice my existence or didn't notice that I can't understand them. So I sit there, I feel quite awkward. I look at them, try my best to understand, and wait until all they finished and said goodbye. The lunchtime was about 15 minutes, but seemed like 50 to me. The ugly felt quite ugly.
Yeah.
What I learned from generally due to my personality, I'm not that kind of person who would offering help actively. But when I actually began to do it, I did receive more smiles and appreciation than ever, and it made me feel great. But sometimes I may show my respect at bad timing or degree that, like, sometimes I look at others for too long as they begin to feel uncomfortable and translate their eyesight. What I learned from the respect experiment is that although we can't control others' reaction, we can control ourselves. Some old saying says, respect a man and he will do more. We can't expect others to always react well because we don't know what they have going through. Maybe they just had a bad day and not in the mood to be nice, but we can always be nice by ourselves. We can continue this respect experiment even if the class is over, be respectful to others' habits, and maybe someday respect will show the magic by itself. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. 410, what did you like? Somewhere over here? Yes.
Hi, I'm Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
I thought you were really clear with your speech, and you were at a good time, and you seemed like your voice was able to project well. It was good.
Okay, improvement?
Maybe talk a
Name?
little slower. Oh, hi, I'm Dorota.
Hi, Dorota.
Maybe just talk a little slower.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
talk.
worried about the time.
Yeah, what you do about that is you edit out parts and say them more succinctly rather than hurrying up and putting more in. Well, you had all the parts. It was good. You had a good preview. I like the idea that you said, I'm respecting all of you now, even though you may not know it. The story of Googling a stranger and then walking him or her to the building was a good story. That was well done, and that's in the spirit of being respectful. The elevator being ignored, yeah, that's the way it is. And the ugly of people talking in the native language in front of somebody that doesn't understand is quite rude. I've had it happen to me, and it's really, some people may not realize they're doing it, but some people do, and it's a way to sort of get around things. And what you learned, you said well. I'd like to see you walk a little further, move a little bit better, and just project your voice a little bit better and just be a little bit louder, okay? Thank you. Okay, our work is done for the day. Remember to have your film. Be prepared to say what film you're going to do next meeting, and we'll go over that speech next meeting and other speeches as well. So be prepared. Start preparing your film speech. Is this mine?
Yeah.
Great. Hi, and we're all
Thank you for having me. That's a wonderful class.
Right, okay, and you need a syllabus?
No?
You need a syllabus?
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I think I missed that.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I had a question. It says on here for the schedule, but is that a day of the final that we have to?
No, that's for the written final. That's for the Zarefsky text, and we're not doing that.
Okay,
everyone
so
signed it?
if I know that I'm going to be out of town that day,
Yeah.
and I'm not in PCD, would that be okay?
Yeah. Yeah, just make sure
I
you
did
get
see
the
it. It was nice,
exam in case I'm giving it out that day,
Okay,
so you don't miss that.
okay, thank you so much.
I'll probably send us a picture for you. Just to see if you can
There you go.
Thank you again.
On the syllabus, it says there's a midterm.
That's not applicable.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So we're not doing the introduction speech,
Yeah, we're doing introduction speeches and the,
but it's after a film.
we'll continue them at the end of each film speech each day.
Okay.
So just have them ready.
Okay.
So for the introduction, is it the introduction, your buddy, right?
Yeah, your buddy, yeah.
And you're doing the 3 minutes by yourself, right?
You stand up there in front with your buddy.
Oh, but is that 3 minutes total with each other, or
No,
do I
3 minutes, you tell us 3 stories about your
Uh,
buddy, and then your buddy tells us 3 stories about you. 6 minutes in total.
And we're going by ABC, right?
Sure.
Speaking of that, I'm not in one of the
Or no,
letter
no,
groups.
it's 3 minutes.
Oh, you need a letter?
Is that in real life?
You're a late ad? Okay.
We should find a body ourselves because
You what?
so Gav was with me, he judge of the class.
He dropped a class, so you need a study buddy. So here, you be her study buddy.
Actually, I might just like sit in. Is it possible?
What?
I might just like sit in.
What did she say? You might slide CE? What's that mean?
No, I mean, I might just like sitting in this class.
Oh, you like sitting in but not taking it.
Yeah.
Okay, free country. You want
Is
to
it
just hang
possible?
out? What?
Yes, I just like to sit in and get
Here.
this meeting.
Okay, well, free country.
It's
Okay,
quite a
yeah.
wonderful class.
Yeah, it's a good class.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm very impressed.
Okay, good. Good.
Also, it says on the syllabus how there's gonna be like a that for.
That's for the people doing Zarefsky, so there's no midterm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You need a letter, right?
I need a letter for a group.
Yeah, I'll get a letter, just a minute.
And how do you assign? Do you just randomly put people into different groups, or do you assign?
No, I'll just a minute. I'll assign you right now. Okay, I got another appointment I gotta get to, so let me do this quickly.
Okay. Oh, you have office hours today, right?
Yeah.
We can do that during that time as well.
What's your name?
Is Ziki?
Vicky?
Z-I-K-I. Ziki. It sounds like.
Is that your last name?
That's my first name.
What's your last name?
Z-H-O-U.
First name?
Z-I-Q-I.
Okay, you're an A.
Okay.
I haven't got my letter yet.
What? Are you on this list?
Okay.
You looked on this list, right? You're not here. Okay, what's your name?
Last name is Doe, D-O.
First name?
is Ramsey. R-A-N-D-Y.
You're a B.
And what do the letters mean?
That's when you speak. Yeah, on the schedule. Look at the schedule.
Oh, okay.
Can
You have a letter?
Can we enroll in the study group with 3 guys?
3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Study group is fine.
Yeah.
So we.
Yeah, what?
Okay.
Quickly.
No.
Yeah,
question.
question.
Yeah.
Right.
So we do film speech next class, or we do the study body speech?
Study buddy, and I'm going to introduce the film speech next time.
Okay, so we should do the introduction speech.
Introduction speech and a few more respect speeches.
Next week we should study body.
Yes.
Should we have some interactions?
Yeah, interview them. Yeah, talk to them. Find out 3 good stories about them.
And when we deliver the speech should we just